Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me for this heart opener. So let's get started in a comfortable seated position, grounding to the earth through your sit bones, elongating the spine, opening up the chest, elongating through the spine and the crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Now let's take a big inhale, rolling the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, rolling them back and down. Inhale, rolling the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, back and down. This time we'll inhale, rolling the shoulders back and up, and exhale, forward and down. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back and up, and exhale, forward and down. Now, coming back to center, let's inhale, pushing the chest forward and the shoulders back. And then as you exhale, start to create the upper body circles here. Really rounding the spine back as you reach the back, and then coming around and forward, opening up the chest, starting to create movement. As you exhale, rounding the spine back. Inhale, coming around and forward. And exhale, round and back. And slowly, let's reverse the direction here. Coming around towards the other side. Slowly coming back to center, back to stillness. Let's bring the hands out to the sides. We're going to cross the right hand underneath the left so that your elbows are stacked. Now, we have three options here for eagle arms. Option one, you can bring your hands to your shoulders. You can stay here if this is what feels good for you. Stay here. Otherwise, if it's available, you can bind once, bringing the outside of your hands together to touch. And you can either stay here, or if it's available, you can bind twice. Bring the palms of your hands together to touch. Now, this is a very deep shoulder opener. So make sure that you're breathing into it. Let's inhale, lift the elbows up, push the hands away from your face, then drop the shoulders back and down. Breathe into it. Send your breath to wherever there may be tension. And then, if it's comfortable, create movements. Maybe you do little circles with the elbows and with the wrists. Maybe drop your head from side to side. Beautiful. Slowly coming back to center. Let's unwind the hands, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open the chest, gaze to the sky. And exhale, coming back to center. Bringing the hands out to the sides. This time, the left crosses underneath the right. Again, yogi's choice on the hand placement. You can either stay here with the hands on your elbows, or you can bind once, or if it's available, you can bind twice. Beautiful. Wherever you are, make sure you're sending your breath to wherever there may be tension. Now, let's inhale, lift the elbows, push the hands away from your face, and drop the shoulders back and down. Now, begin to add any extra movements that feel comfortable here. Circles with the hands, with the elbows. Dropping your head from side to side. unwind the hands, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open the chest, gaze to the sky. And exhale, back to center. Now let's ground the hands in front of us, coming into a tabletop pose. And let's inhale, pushing the whole body forward. And then as you exhale, really, this is your opportunity to create movement. So you can create big circles with the entire body, or if it's more comfortable and you want to create more fluidity, maybe you do figure eights. Really just finding some movement here, whatever serves you today. Maybe you add your head and neck into the movement, creating fluidity in the spine. Beautiful. If you were going a certain direction, you can reverse the direction now. And then slowly start to come back to center, back to stillness. Let's grab the left hand in the center of the mat. Let's inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. And then exhale, threading it through to the left, grounding that arm, the shoulder, and resting the head on the mat. Now you have three options with your left hand here. You can either leave it here where it is close to your face, or you can stretch it out towards the front of your mat. Or if it's more comfortable, you can even bind it behind you. But wherever you are, make sure that your hips stay over your knees. So try to splay out towards the left here. Beautiful. Let's bring that left hand back towards the face. Inhale, reaching the right arm up to the sky for a little counter stretch. And exhale back to center, grounding the right hand. Let's inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky. And exhale, threading it through to the right. Grounding that arm, shoulder, and resting the head on the mat. Again, yogi's choice on the right hand placement. You can leave it here. You can stretch it out towards the front of your mat, or you can even bind it behind you. Beautiful. Slowly bringing your right hand again close to your face. Let's inhale, lifting the left hand, reaching it to the sky. And exhale back to center. Let's take the hands as wide as the mat, leaving the hips over the knees. Slowly start to melt your heart towards the earth for puppy dog pose. Now you can either rest your forehead or your chin on the mat. And if you want to deepen the stretch, you can always come onto the tips of your fingers. Beautiful. Slowly lifting the heart, lifting the chest, pushing through it, and then lowering onto the belly. Bringing the hands, bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders. Open the chest, gazes forward for Sphinx pose. Big inhale, open the shoulders. Now let's bring the hands, staying on the tips of our fingers, let's bring the hands to the outer edges of the mat. Let's inhale, pushing into the fingertips, opening the chest, gaze is forward. And exhale, lowering onto the mat, resting the forehead on the mat. Inhale, push into the fingers, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. This time, let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes, and then lift the hips, peeling your body off the ground, finding your way to downward facing dog. Now, find some movement in this downward facing dog. Maybe you create circles with the hips. You just bend one knee deeply and then the other. Find comfort in this pose. This is a resting posture, so you can always come into this pose anytime throughout any practice. And then slowly start to walk your feet towards your hands, grounding them directly behind your wrists. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Let your upper body hang heavy, let your head hang heavy. Maybe you shake your head no, nod your head yes. Releasing any tension that may still be in the head and neck. Then hold on to opposite elbow with opposite hand and sway from side to side for ragdoll pose. And slowly coming to stillness, releasing the hands, bend your knees as much as you need to, but very slowly start to roll up to standing. Beautiful. Letting the last thing to come up be the shoulders. Let's inhale, rolling the shoulders up towards the ears. And exhale, back and down. Now this time, let's inhale, reaching the arms out and up, sending energy through the fingertips. And exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up. And exhale, hands at heart center. This time we're going to inhale, reaching the arms out and up, holding onto the right wrist with the left hand and crossing the right foot over the left. Then as you exhale, lift and pull the body over towards the left side, really opening up the entire right side body. And if this is too much, you can always uncross your feet. Breathe into it, feeling the stretch from the tips of the fingers all the way to the tips of the toes. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up. This time holding onto the left wrist with the right hand, crossing the left foot over the right. And then as you exhale, lift and bend over towards the right side, really opening up the entire left side body. Beautiful. Let's inhale, coming back to center, unwinding the legs, and exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up. And at this time, you're going to exhale, hinging at the hips, leading with the heart, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold forward, rounding the hands and stepping back directly into plank. Option to lower the knees for chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths in this downward facing dog. Then let's inhale the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. And exhale, bend at the knee, opening up the body towards the right side. So giving yourself a little twist. Now breathe here, maybe creating little circles with the knee. Really opening up the hip. Beautiful. Let's inhale, coming back to center. Three-legged dog. And exhale, bringing the knee towards the nose. And then stepping forward, bringing the foot between the hands. Now, option to lower the back knee. Let's come up again onto the tips of the fingers, opening up the chest as you let your hips sink towards the earth. Beautiful. If your back knee is grounded, you can tuck the toes, lift the back knee now. Finding your balance, let's inhale, reaching the arms out and up, crescent lunge. And exhale, hands at heart center. Let's take 3 breaths together here. Let's inhale, lengthening that front leg, cactusing the arms. And exhale, bending deep into that front knee, hands at heart center. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, contract. Now this time, let's inhale, lengthening that front leg, grounding the back foot so it's at a bit of an angle, still pointing towards maybe the diagonal of your mat. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open the chest, gaze to the sky. And exhale, bending deep into that front knee, you're going to bring your upper body to the inside of your right leg. Humble warrior. Inhale, lift, opening up the chest, gaze to the sky. And exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, lifting the upper body, opening up the chest to the sky. And exhale, humble warrior. Inhale to lift, this time releasing the hands and opening up to warrior 2. So you're going to have to adjust your feet so that your front foot is in line with the back arch. Now send energy through the fingertips, gaze is over the front fingertips, sinking deep into that front knee. Inhale, flip the front palm up, reaching forward and down. Yogi's choice on the hand placement. You can either leave your hand here at your knee, or you can start to reach for the earth, for the ankle, really opening up the chest towards the left side. And gaze to the sky. Breathing here. Let's inhale, coming back to warrior 2, lengthening the front leg, and exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, coming back to center, pivoting the front toes, bringing the hands to the knees, to the hips. Let's inhale, opening the chest, gaze to the sky, and exhale, fold forward, grounding the hands and walking them back past your feet wherever is available and comfortable. Beautiful, slowly walking the hands back, bend your knees a lot. Let's inhale, reaching the arms out and up. And exhale, pivoting the front toes, warrior 2. Big inhale here. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame the front foot, and then step back into plank and chaturanga, option to float that right foot. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths in downward facing dog. Then on the next inhale, let's bring the left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. And exhale, bending at the knee, opening up the hip to the left. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, bring your knee towards the nose. And then lightly stepping forward. Bring the foot between the hands. Again, option to lower the back knee. Let's bring the hands to the outer edges of the mat. On the tips of the fingers, let's open up the chest as we inhale, gazes forward. exhale, maybe sink your hips a bit deeper. If your back knee is grounded, you can tuck your toes, lift the back knee now. Finding your balance is inhale, reaching the arms out and up. And exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, opening up the chest, lengthening the front leg. And exhale, bending deep into that front knee, hands at heart center. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, contract. This time, let's inhale, lengthen, grounding that back foot, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open the chest, gaze to the sky. And exhale, bending deep into that front knee and bringing the upper body to the inside of the left leg, humble warrior. Inhale, lift the chest, gaze to the sky. And exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, lifting and opening up the arms for warrior two. Again, you might have to adjust the feet. This time, let's inhale, flipping the front palm up, reaching forward and down. Yogi's choice on the hand placement. Really opening up the body to the right. Gaze to the sky. Beautiful. Let's inhale, coming back to warrior two, lengthening that front leg, and exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, coming back to center. Let's pivot the front toes, this time interlacing the fingers behind the back. Inhale, open the chest, gaze to the sky. And exhale, folding forward. Breathe here. Slowly releasing the grip, bring the hands onto the earth. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Let's inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale, pivot the front toes, warrior two. Big inhale here. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame the front foot. And then step back into plank. Again, option to lower the left, or option to float the left leg as you chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths in downward facing dog. And slowly start to lower your knees onto the earth. Walking the hands back so you come to your knees. So legs are hip width distance apart. Let's bring the hands into fists, putting them in the small of the back. Now open the chest, bringing the elbows towards each other. Beautiful. For camel pose. Now, if you're a beginner, you might want to tuck the toes because it's a bit of a back bend and we're going to possibly reach back there. So let's take a big inhale, opening up the chest, again pushing the elbows towards each other. And then as you exhale, slowly start to push the hips forward and the upper body back, bending back. Now you can either stay here, or if it's available, maybe you lower one hand, reaching for one of your heels. Maybe once you've made contact, you can drop the other arm, reach for the other heel. Breathe into it, letting your head rest on your shoulders, letting your head fall back. Slowly coming out of this the way we came in. So first releasing one hand, bringing it back onto the small of your back. And then slowly with the other. Bring the big toes together to touch. Sitting back onto your heels, knees as wide as the mat or wherever is comfortable, and walk your hands towards the front of your mat for extended child's pose. Resting your forehead on the mat. Now take a moment here to connect with your body, to do a quick body scan. See how you're feeling. We've done a lot of heart openers. So just rest here. Beautiful. And slowly start to walk your hands back towards you. And then flip your legs around, coming onto your sit bones. Elongating the legs to the front of the mat and the hands out in front. Slowly start to roll your back onto the mat. Beautiful. Bringing the heels close to your sit bones. Hands are by your sides for bridge pose. So your feet are pointing forward. Knees are above the ankles. Let's inhale, lift the hips. Walk the shoulders back behind you. And if it's available, interlace the fingers behind the back. Breathing here. Take a big breath in, maybe lift the hips a little bit higher. And exhale, slowly releasing. Bringing the feet as wide as the mat. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side, releasing any tension that might have built in the spine. We'll do bridge pose one more time. So bring the heels towards the sit bones. If wheel is in your practice, you may go into wheel. So for bridge, we're going to bring the heels towards the sit bones, hands by the side. Let's inhale, lifting the hips, walking the shoulders back behind you, and interlacing the fingers behind the back if it's available. Inhale, lift the hips a little bit higher. And exhale, slowly releasing. This time bringing the knees to the chest. And rocking from side to side. Massaging any tension that may have built up. Now bring your knees really to the chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, giving yourself a really big hug. Tense all of the muscles in your body. Tense all of the muscles in your face. Take the biggest inhale you've taken all day. And open mouth exhale as you release into our final relaxation pose, Shavasana. And relax completely here. Relax your facial features, that space between your eyebrows. Feel the weight of your body melting onto the earth. Now you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come out of it, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Moving your hands and your feet. And slowly lifting the hands overhead. Bringing the knees to the chest. And then rolling onto the right side. Slowly pushing yourself to a comfortable seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center. Let's take a moment to thank ourselves for coming to practice today. Let's bring our hands to third eye center. And we bow together Namaste. Thank you, everyone.